Huh? Penguin Z. What is this? 6 years ago? Sure. That was 2020. No. What is this? What is this? What are we doing here?
Porn,
What are we doing
the
here?
great uniter, the one force that ties strangers to strangers in a way they don't even realize, the one thing every human being has in common, the love of porn, the art of porn.
This is the old one, chat. We need to bring this, chat. We need to bring this back to YouTube, chat. We need to bring this back to YouTube. This raw. It's gonna come back, chat. Not maybe it's gonna come back. This type of edginess is coming back to YouTube. 100%. 100%. I can guarantee it's gonna come back.
Ethereal beauty of the craft. Now, as the title of the video suggests, I used to watch the same porn video for the better part of 2 years, perhaps a little longer than 2 years, but I'm going to say 2 years just to err on the side of caution. I've made it no secret that I refuse to get a haircut at the moment, and that I also used to have very bad OCD. Not your generic watered down bullshit meaningless version of OCD where you move your car keys from the counter to the drawer because you don't like them on the counter. That's not fucking OCD, you goddamn bigot. Don't you hijack what OCD actually means. I had literal OCD, and one of my rituals was watching the exact same lesbian porn video for the better.
Chat, it definitely is mellowed down now. It's mellowed down. But yeah, this is the old one, chat. This is the old one. Before it became what is called sponsorship friendly.
Part of 2 years. And I want to tell you what happened as a result of doing that. Now, let's go ahead and start. The video was called Nice Pair of Lesbians. Let's take a moment of silence to remember that beautiful video from redtube.com.
Save that one, chat.
It's no longer on redtube.com. Okay, thank you for participating. The video still exists. I know, I get emails all the time like, hey, I found that lesbian porn that you used to jerk off to, that used to haunt your fucking boners. Here it is. Yes, I know it's still on the internet, but in like 240 and 360p. On RedTube, it used to be 480. 480p or higher does not exist anywhere on the internet anymore. Trust me, I have looked. But that's besides the point. That's just to give you the context of what the video is. Maybe someone else out there used to also have OCD and jerk off to this video for 2 years straight. And if so, you're not alone, my brother or my sister. You and I now share a cosmic bond, a bond stronger than the bond between a mother and her child. I love you. Now, it wasn't just watching this lesbian porno. I had an entire routine for it, like a choreographed dance routine for jerking off to this video.
Bro,
and I know I've talked about a little of this on the podcast before, but I still get emails asking me to talk more about that porno that I jerked off to for 2 years. So I figured I'd talk more about it. I also get emails asking me what's my Twitch account, and I'm glad you asked. It's twitch.tv/moistcritical. Go drop a follow, subscribe. Love to see.
Damn, is this what Twitch used to look like 6 years ago or whenever this was released, chat? Damn, 82 videos, 190. Damn, okay, we're closing in on him, chat. We're closing in on him on Twitch. I mean, 191,000. That's a lot, but we're closing in, chat. We're closing in. We're gonna get there soon, chat. One day, soon. I mean, yeah, 82 videos. Damn.
Okay. Over there, I stream daily. Twitch.tv/moistcritical. Fuck yeah. But anyway, so this routine that I
Twitch/TV/I3EE. Chat, there we go.
Came up with, well, not that I came up with, that I kind of fucking cursed myself with and burdened myself with at the time. What I would make certain facial expressions during certain points in the video. I would say certain things to the actresses in the video, and make no mistake.
No, Charlie, what are we doing here? No.
You goddamn delusional incels. The porn.
That is the same thing. That's basically like parasocialness or what, chat. No freaking way, Charlie.
Actresses are just that. They're actresses. They have a script of certain moves they're going to do. It's not like they're just fingering themselves and ass blasting their assholes with their fists for your enjoyment alone. It is a job. And they are actresses. Get it through your fucking skull. But anyway, I would say things to them like, oh, you're so hot, that's so sexy, I'm touching my dick to you. As if they could hear me, and as if I was communicating to them directly as like the director of this video. It was a really weird routine, it really was. To kind of give you a brief oversight of all of it, I'm not going to walk you through every step that I would do here. In fact, I don't even remember all of them anymore. But before I would watch the video, I would queue it up and let it all buffer and load, because this was a long time ago, and I fucking using RedTube, so
I can relate to that one, chat. I can definitely relate to that. I have to let it buffer and load, chat, because sometimes you don't want it to be lagging, chat. You don't want it to be too lagging. Yeah.
obviously it's a long time ago. And while it was buffering and loading, I would turn around from the video so that way I couldn't see them and they couldn't see me, obviously. And I would look at my penis until it was completely flaccid, entirely soft. So that way I was coming in there with like a clean canvas, and they were going to 100% get me from 0 to hero. So once I was certain that my dick was super soft, I would then sit down and get ready for the action.
The fact that he can just say like every single sentence, chat, is just like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Every single sentence is like that, chat. Oh, yeah. This now you can see, chat. I can understand see how we got away in this chat. Damn. What the hell are we doing here?
As it would start, I would say hello to the girls. I'd compliment them on their beauty. The video started with a girl fingering herself, and I would compliment her on how great she was doing. And then the other girl joined in, and then I'd say hi to her, like, oh, hey, you just stopping by? Shit like that. It was really fucking weird. And honestly, I hope the NSA was watching during those times, because I would love to see those documents. I'd love to see that film. I think that shit would make for a really incredible case study on OCD, because that shit was goofy as fuck. And I would love to remember exactly all the shit that I would say. I don't necessarily want to see underage me jerking himself off into the webcam or anything. I could skip that part. But I at least want to see what I was saying to the girls during the video.
What? He recorded the chat. No freaking way. No freaking way. What the
But that's kind of how it went. Facial expressions, words and things I would say to the girls, it was always the same. I had to make sure I said the same things to the girls. I had to make sure I made the same facial expressions. I even made sure to keep track of licking my lips. I had certain time marks where I felt I needed to...
It's practicing, chat. It's practicing. That's what he's doing, chat. It's practicing. There's no harm in practicing, chat. There's no harm in practicing. You all need to start. We all start somewhere, chat. We'll start.
Lick my lips at those times, otherwise I was disrespecting them. It was very weird. Now, I did this for, like I said, the better part of 2 years, and honestly probably a little bit more, but we'll say 2 years, and I didn't deviate from that video. I didn't venture out. That was my home. I lived in Nice Pair of Lesbians on RedTube, and they took my home away. It's not there anymore. I'd like to remind you all that it's not fucking there. It's a goddamn crime.
Okay, we'll check it out there.
It's a fucking sin what they've done removing that. But now, to tie it back to the title of the video, I watched the lesbian porn for 2 years. Here's what happened. What happened is I recognized how weird it was, and I started to really combat my OCD, and I started cheating on the porno by watching other videos. I did. I'll come out and say it. I fucking cheated on that porn video and watched other ones. And that's what happened. I stopped being so fucking weird through a lot of effort to try and combat my OCD rituals. I've talked about that in the past. So I'm not going to get into how I did that or the steps I took. But that's the result of watching porn for 2 years. You feel like a fucking degenerate loser, and then eventually you stop, hopefully, if you try hard enough. But anyway, that's the story for today. Thank you all. See ya.
Story time with Charlie, chat. Story time. Apparently it's a bad one, chat. Apparently it's bad. We had requests, but I'm trying to abstain from. Ay, no way, Charlie. No.